Hello, good morning. At least over here it's morning. I'm going to make a painting today and I'm going to film it so you can see what I do. Let's go. So let me tell you something about this painting or series of paintings as it turned out to be while you are watching me paint this. I'm doing a series on the green woodpecker, and in the first place, it's an ode to the green woodpeckers that live in this neighborhood. I live on the edge of town, and when I look out of my studio window, I can see a chestnut tree. Unfortunately, the chestnut tree is sick, and we don't know how much longer the tree will last. So we planted trees in our garden, and hopefully the chestnut tree will last long enough until our trees are big enough that all the birds that are now sitting in the chestnut tree will hop over to our tree so that we can still meet up, because they are a great source of fun sometimes. So we have these green woodpeckers living here, and they are just wonderful. They are beautiful. They fly in a really great way. And also, they really don't like people very much. So they actually never come to forage in our garden, which is a pity. And we try to get them here. And we do get other woodpeckers, but never the green ones. The idea for this particular illustration series arose when a few weeks ago on Thursday morning, this woodpecker sort of brought me a message. Of course, this is all in my own imagination, but still there was this comfort and this hope that I got from her visit, because the woodpecker that visited me is a she, or visited the tree. She didn't visit me. As you can see, my imagination takes off the moment I start using it. But anyway, I had woken up to a world that had changed overnight. All of a sudden, there was war on the European continent. The idea of war in itself is horrible. You know, to imagine people are going to lose their homes, people are going to be killed, are going to be hurt, and just so much destruction, so much force that fights life, everything I believe in. It just really knocked me off my feet. And I felt rather depressed sitting at my work table, and I didn't feel like doing the work anymore. I had planned to do some illustrations based on nature, on the creatures that I find in my garden, and I was planning to make a set of it for cards or prints or something. And I just couldn't find my spirit. It was gone. And when I felt really low, all of a sudden I heard this bright and wholehearted laughter. And I looked at the chestnut tree, and there she sat, laughing her heart out. And I couldn't help but feeling that she shouldn't laugh, that it wasn't appropriate to laugh at that point in time. But she went on laughing. And then I grabbed my camera, as I usually do, and I have a rubbish camera. There hardly is any zoom on it, so I don't get really nice pictures. But I got pictures that helped me do the sketches to prepare for these illustrations anyway. But I took my camera, and at one point in time, she was laughing so loudly, and I thought, this really isn't fitting at this moment. And then she looked straight into my camera, and then she flew off. And for some reason, to me, it felt like she was telling me, that her laughter was telling me that no matter what was going on in the world, life itself would still go on. And that my work at that moment was the best thing I could do. So she brought comfort and hope as well. So that was a little moment of brightness and, well, not really happiness in the sense that I was thrilled, but it was sort of a moment of relief that gave me back my spirits for that day. So I wanted to share that with you in this illustration. The style I chose for these illustrations is a rather free style, based on, the spontaneous reactions from the pigments of the watercolors that I use in the background, and then I use whatever patterns I can find in those stains to create these illustrations. It's a rather free form of working, but it's not completely free because there is definitely a plan in my mind before I start. But I do try to take advantage of the stains and the lines that the watercolor gives me, so that I have a really good starting point. And I also try to use the areas of light and dark to help me find how I can best compose my illustrations. So for these illustrations, and this is an entire series, at the end of this video you will see that I ended up doing 6 of them. But for this entire series I used a combination of yellows and blues to form a background. And of course, because this is a green woodpecker and I wanted the body to emerge from that background almost, and only having to add some details and some special colors in areas where they needed it, like the head, the red on the head, etc. I like creating a green background with blues and yellows rather than using a green for that. I like it because it's more lively, and also there are really wonderful blue pigments that behave in a gorgeous way, so that you get a lot of different shades of green, sometimes heading towards the blue, sometimes heading towards the yellow. Whereas if you would use a green entirely, you would get a totally different effect, as you can see on the wings of the birds. I painted the cheek of the youngster gold, and I did this with a purpose. This young bird represents hope. It represents the message I read into the woodpecker's laughter that morning, that whatever happens in the world, life itself will still go on. That's what this young woodpecker represented for me. So on one level, this is a painting of a family of birds, but on a deeper level, this painting represents hope and hopefully also comfort. All the paintings you will see in the video, so also the stills of the other 5, have been painted in this style similar to this, although you will always see some sort of progression of that style, and there you can see there's a development going on. All these paintings are for sale on Etsy. You will find a link below this video or on my website. They are the originals that I'm selling this time, and for my patrons, there will be a discount code that they will find in my in the Patreon area, and that they can use to get a discount on the originals. So if you like it, check them out. There is one available of each, and I hope you liked seeing this video. I hope you like to know what's behind this painting. I hope you like to hear a little bit about the story, and If there are any questions, please leave them below the video. And if you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up or subscribe to my channel, because I intend to make more videos of my work. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.